It's Stupid Headphone Show. Headphone Show. Director's Garage. Oh, it's gonna blow.
Welcome back to the Director's Garage. I am your host and resident idiot, Michael, and today, folks, we have a big episode because we have a care package. Actually, two care packages. Like we're off at college and a box arrives and boom, ramen noodles for a month. Only instead of mom and dad, we have Zach and Bevin, and they sent 2 boxes, and I don't think these are noodles. And God, if it is, please don't let it be the shrimp.
Zach and Bevin, got the key, Zach and Bevin to the Z. Let me hear a B as in Merwin. It's the Z. In the ZMF.
I have no idea what's in these things, and the second box is ridiculously heavy. And before you get on me too much in the comments below, shrimp ramen noodles is a culinary travesty. I will die on that hill, people. All right, now, today's a double blind unboxing of ZMF goodness, and we're going to check these. This is my favorite episode to do, guys. We get to check out stuff live together. It's live action for you. But I do want to mention my Patreon for those who are unaware. We just had our May online meetup, and it featured none other than the legendary amp maker Ray Samuels for just $3 a month. I'm getting rich, people. You're invited to this hangout where you get to meet and talk to industry leaders like Ray. You get links to all the past hangouts, and yes, Zach has been there too. Now, let's talk about ZMF because they're emerging as perhaps the greatest current influence on the headphone industry. So, what makes ZMF special and such a coveted brand? Well, I think you can start with sound quality, but honestly, there are a lot of manufacturers out there making great sounding headphones. Hi-Fi-Man, Audeze, Abyss, Focal, you name it. There's something out there for everyone sonically. These, I think you got to start with, first of all, the build quality, the craftsmanship. They're built exceptionally well. The parts fit very tightly. The tolerances are exact. And then you get the uniqueness of these headphones. No two are alike because they're working with wood, so the grains are different from headphone to headphone. The finishes are all different, so there's a bespoke quality to these. And then there's the scarcity. You can't just walk into a ZMF store, buy these, and walk home with them. It's not like Amazon. You place an order today and boom, they're here tomorrow. You have to wait for these. You order them and you have to, there's an anticipation in waiting for what you've ordered. It gives you time to build excitement, and in a world of instant gratification where I can listen to any song or watch any movie ever made with just a couple of clicks, there's a beauty to waiting.
Don't know what they sent, it's money well spent.
All right, so let's get started with this box right here. This is box number 1. I can't wait to see what this is. I do have a feeling, though, based on its size and weight, I think we're looking at a headphone here. I don't know which headphone, but it's going to be interesting to find out, isn't it? I do think we got this box almost set. Right? Yes. Are you ready? Are you ready? Wow, we get ourselves, well, it looks like a ZMF case, doesn't it? You get a product card here, kind of identifying what it is, and then you get the big ZMF case. Oh, sneaking extra pads up top. That's new. I haven't seen this before. Usually they just jam them into the box or something. Now they come with a fancy little slot. All right, let's pull this out because this is the first product. So let's get these things open. We got to do the 2 little rotatey, these things are turn locks. And you turn it and open it, and you turn it and open it, and are you guys ready? Are you ready? Here we go. Fly! And oh my God, what do we got here? What do we got here, guys? This looks like it's the Caldera closed back. Oh my, Zach for the win. Look at this. Oh, I don't even know where to start with. I've not seen these in person, folks. These were debuted, I think, in New York at New York Can Jam, but oh, they smell so good. The smell of a new headphone. I think these came right off the line, guys. I think these are brand new. I don't think these have been sent out to anyone else. Oh God, these are amazing. I love, first of all, okay, wait. Let's do away with this and take a look at this cup. Now let's start with the D design, the Mighty Duck design on the headphone side. Now you'll notice my Caldera is got a cup shape. It's a very uniform shape. And Zach said we're moving out of the classic rounded cup. We're going to go into designs on the side now. So other than size, these things couldn't look more different. They feel about the same weight, I would say, but these have much more of a handcrafted quality to them, like they were chiseled and sanded and honed by hand. And you're putting them on for the first time. They do have the classic ZMF clamp, a little bit on the snug side, but not too tight. These need to be lowered a little bit for my head. Surprising, because I have, king size noggin. These have the adjustments on the side, just like this, so you can get them to your height. And oh yeah, that's much better. Now they got some pressure up here, taking the pressure off the cups. These look good. Now, I love the smell of them. I can't get over the smell of ZMF headphones. Is there a fetish for that? I think there's a ZMF fetish. It's really cool. But guys, okay, so we look inside, and these really are just like any. Oh, we've got a different pad arrangement underneath. Check this out. Let's take a look. Let's compare them real quick. Here we go. See the difference? Look at the difference here. Now they've got the same. There's the same bolt pattern on each of these, and there's still, I can see underneath this pad, which appears to be adhesive down. It is. You can still see the carbon fiber ring is still under this, but they've got a special pad here, probably to distribute sound better. So this is an interesting change, going from an open back to a closed back. He felt the need to filter the sound through some material here to make it all work out we'll see how it goes in just a few minutes when we check these out. Let's see what else is in the box, though. What else did he give us? So in addition to the headphones, we got a lot of different stuff in here. First of all, these are a Caldera closed demo, and they're in lambskin, are the stock pads. Now he also sent us Bokeh pads, apparently. These say Bokeh. And then there is this additional lambskin perforated, which I always like. And then we've got a pair of cables with this. And these are Zach's. Zach's been doing some work on his cable business. He's been up in the cable game. Let's take a look at the other one. And this is a silver 4-pin. Ooh, Zach, I like this silver cable. I'm a big fan. I love a silver cable, guys. This would be my choice. Okay. It's great. So yeah, 2 bespoke cables. Very nice stuff. Now, we're going to be doing a first listen on these. We'll do a sound impression, but there is one more box to investigate, and it's a monster.
What's in the box?
Yeah, this is the monster I'm referring to. Good Lord, guys. There's a lot. Now, here's my favorite part of this, is there's a do not step on this box. Like, who is going to step on this thing? It's loaded with fragile labels and stickers and stuff, and I have no idea what's going on here, but let's just dig in. Let's start cutting. I am thinking, sorry, I got to stand up to do this, but I am thinking that this is an amp. I think this is an amp of some sort. If I had to guess, it's so heavy, it's got to be an amp. We got that. Now let's do another one. Oh yeah. I'm cutting through some major paper here, guys. And we've got ourselves another box. And look at this. There's a fuse, folks. Yeah, I'm thinking this is electrical. What? Oh, it's got to come up from the sides. That's what we got to do. I'm going to drop this thing down and we'll pull it up from the floor. Here's how we do it. Here's how we do it. Oh my God. Guys, I still haven't seen this thing. I still haven't seen it. All right, we're going to do this reveal together and we'll just take a look at this thing. Okay, are you ready? This looks like a jewelry box. This is crazy. Look at this. What did he make? I'm going to try and slide this out. Guys, we're seeing this together for the first time. I have not peeked at any of this, guys. I'm telling you, we're seeing this for the first time together. Oh my God, this thing's gorgeous. It looks like, guys, look at what I'm looking at. Look at these. These are all the coils. These are all the coils. All right, so we're this far. We're this far. I am assuming there are tubes underneath this section here. Let's pull the tubes up. Yeah, they're tubes. Oh boy, they're tubes, boys. Ooh, and nothing broke. Nothing broke. This is so fun because I'm revealing this to myself at the same time you're getting revealed. All right, we're gonna do one more turn here, and I'll reveal the front. Are you guys ready? Are you ready for this? Because I'm like, this is crazy. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, I don't want to set it down on anything on the back. Is there anything protruding from the back? Oh yeah, we got an RCA thing to worry about. Okay, so got this block. I'm gonna cheat and I'm gonna put this thing down so I don't damage anything because I want you to see the front of the plate of this and the knob. So now I can turn it up a bit because I've got it. I've protected the attachments. Okay, look at this. Can I get the whole thing in? Okay, here you go. Here you go. Here's the front of the amp. Check this out. There's a power button. This has got a carved lightning bolt in it. You've got this Art Deco knob here that's been clearly carved out of wood. And then you've got the switches here, XLR 4.4, so it's got a couple of different pins here, arrangements, and then the 1/4 inch, and then you've got some impedance settings on this amp. So what is this amp? That's the next thing, and I think I know the answer to this now. I think this is the Aegis amp. Now, I've been reading in the Headphone forums that there is a plan out there for a tube amp called the Aegis, and it's open source, and I think that Zach built a chassis for this and he's selling these chassis, and I'm like, now I want one. Haven't even turned it in, haven't even turned it on, and I want one. Check out these meters. Check this out. Check out how aged he managed to make this strip. And he did age it and give it some tarnish to make it look like it's an old product. Even this on top, this is an antique jewelry box sort of motif. This is a killer amp, guys. We're going to have a heck of a show today. I got a lot to do. I got a lot of B-roll to shoot too. You guys have got to see this thing in its glory. It's super impressive. And if I were going to want an Aegis amp, which I may after listening to it, I just don't know, this would be the one I'd want. Okay, because it's just... And I think Zach sent it to me because he probably knows... I know how I can sell one of these right away. So this amp has got to go about 50 to 75 pounds. You've got 5 tubes on the top of this thing that are just going to be beautiful once they get lit up. I can't wait to see this thing. Let's clear the deck and let's head into a director's garage sound impression. We'll get it all organized.
Sound impression.
Okay, so we've got some significant ground to cover here, and I want to be a little bit methodical about this. I want to look at these products separately for a first listen. So I'm going to listen to the closed back Caldera on my current rig that I normally drive my regular Caldera with. And you know we're going to be doing comparisons down the road and stuff, but let's just start with a first listen. I'm going to go to the Beatles, I'm going to go to Abbey Road, and I'm just going to start listening to some of this stuff. Let's see how it does. Okay, the bass is there. Woo! Woo! I love the image on this. Okay, there's a heightened sense of everything with this headphone. The bass has a lot of presence. There's a lot of heft down low. And there's a lot of high. I can hear all Ringo's little cymbal nicks up top on Come Together. The bass line obviously is driving and heavy and low. Maybe a little bit of a boom down low, can't really tell. But there's great bass presence. Wow. When the guitar hits on the chorus, Come Together Right Now Over Me, it really jumps in. These are very lively headphones. That's my first quality of this that I think sticks out more than anything. These things are lively. They're very responsive to dynamic changes. And I really appreciate that. There's a decent stage on these. These aren't as wide as the E3, and that's an important point. Let's pause real quick here because it's getting. I got a lot of thoughts going on, and it's just the first track. My first thought is this: the sonic quality of this headphone surpasses the most recent closeback I've had in-house, which is the E3, by a great margin. The technicals on this headphone are outstanding. These things are wicked fast. These are... the stage isn't as wide as the E3. The E3 really has something going on dimensionally. You have to keep in mind, this is going to be twice the cost of the E3. The E3 is like $2,000. These, I'm guessing, are going to be in the $4,000 range, depending on options and how you get them configured and what cables you buy with them. $4,000 is going to put you in the wheelhouse for this headphone. So you're paying twice as much. And this will come when we do the full-blown breakdown. I'm just appreciating, first of all, the quality of this headphone, the looks of this headphone easily, to my aesthetic, surpasses the E3, which is sitting in a box. I'm about to ship that out today. But I'm very impressed with the design in and of itself. Now, going back to sound, I think we need to check out. I got to do Steely Dan. Let's do Asia. I love this track. Title track, 1977 album. Steely Dan. Some think this is their finest. I tend to agree. And the clarity of this headphone. I mean, obviously, it's a Caldera. It's in the same lane as the Susvara. This is tuned beautifully. The energy of this headphone is jumping off the charts, though, meaning their ability to give me a burst of sound suddenly, the speed of the headphone equating to dynamics. And that's something I'm going to want to compare to the existing Caldera, because it sounds a little different to me. These sound livelier. The one thing I would say that these things differ in the E3 is that there is an upper mid presence to these, but these don't feel as wide open on top, and they don't seem to be pushing. I don't feel like many people would find this too bright, although they are definitely open in the top end. I love this headphone. This is a great sounding headphone. This is another smash success from Zach. I can't. Let's go to a bass. Let's just go to a bassy track. Let's hit some standards here. We got London Calling. We're gonna do this. We got it loud, too loud. Loudness alert. And it's got that same ZMF efficiency. These are not hard to drive. I'm on 2 volts. Plenty of power, lots of lively bass. There's a level of clarity that few headphones touch. I don't sense that these are as holographic as, say, the Susvara. There's an emotional quality to this headphone. want to get to the breakdown of this song. It's coming up. Lots of sparkle up top. These extend out nicely into the upper ranges. They dig deep on the low end, and there's good bass presence. So everything that I love about the Caldera. And a close back. I would love to know why the extra layer of fabric is over the driver, what that was accomplishing. There's not the crazy-ass soundstage that the Caldera Openback has, and I wouldn't expect that. And it doesn't have quite the soundstage of the E3, I would even say. But all of the other things, the technicals, the speed of this headphone, the detail, the imaging, so much better sorted than the E3, in my opinion. And it's at least half as easy to drive, and then some. You don't need some killer combo. I'm driving this with just 2 volts out of the DAC, the DCS DAC, into the ZL HM1, which we've already talked about the power struggles that headphone amp has. It'll be interesting to put some of this stuff over on the Aegis, which we're going to try momentarily. I'm just going to do one more track here. I'm going to go to some jazz. I want to hear some... How do you not do miles on this, right? You got to do a miles track, right? Let's go to the Big Daddy. This is DSD-64. Horns have a lot of bite to them. Bass is tight, low, deep. It sounds natural. It's not enhanced bottom end. Good sense of dimension. And just like the Caldera Openback, I think these lack the holographic quality of the Sisvara, but these are tuned just as well, require half the power, better bass response. It gives you all the things that you love about the Caldera in a closed back. So we may be looking at a new closed back king here. And I need to do some comparisons and some A-Bing, and I want to run some more tracks through these. Granted, these are cost no object, and I like the E3, but these are easier to drive than the E3, have better detail. The only thing that it's lacking is the soundstage of the E3 and the comfort. Those are a little more comfortable, but as far as everything else, I think that this is going to be the headphone to beat in the closed back space for quite some time. Out of the gate. Just having a first listen here, folks. I'll get into it and I'll listen to a lot more tracks, let these things settle a bit. Love the cable, love the headphone, love the feel of these things. Yeah, this is a headphone to me that is a total win, and it's a company that is really having a hard time coming up with a bad product. If you ask me, this is another total win for ZMF, and I think it's time we got to move on to this amp back here and check this out.
Director's Garage Sound Impression.
All right, we're firing this thing up for the first time. This thing just went into some sort of power mode here. It looks like it's a warm-up, if I had to guess. I love the painted scheme of the markers on this thing. Maybe not the easiest thing to decipher. However, these tubes are lighting up a gorgeous glow. You can see them starting to glow here. And I'll give you some tasty B-roll of that too. So I'm going to challenge this thing out of the block. I'm going to go to the Sisvara. I put this thing on high gain, or high power, whatever it is. I don't know enough about the circuits yet. We'll get to that when we do the full review as well. Okay, I'm going to start with some Black Crows. We're going to go to Amorica, and I'm going to take a listen on this new amp. Let's see what it does. Can it drive the Sisvara? I think it can. Yeah. Okay. I love this album. I love this sound. It's analog. Here it comes. Oh, Zach made a tube amp. Body, everything. It's got all the things. It's lighting up the Safari right now. I can't wait to do some A-Bing on this amp. Because it's impressive. This was a big sounding album. This was, in my opinion, this was the Black Crowes at their very finest. I don't think they topped this album. This was the follow-up to the sensational Southern Harmony and Musical Companion. And they produced one of the finest albums of the 90s. There's a lot of body to this. It's sounding thick. It's sounding lovely. Yeah, I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed with this. And here's the thing. I've got this thing half open, and I'm only feeding the Aegis 2 amps, 2 volts. If I ump this to 6, now this thing's plenty loud at 9, 10 o'clock. But I don't think that's the sweet spot for this. I think the sweet spot for this is the regular 2 volts. I think this thing's got so much power. It feels more natural in the middle of the volume range. The other way feels a little crunchy. These are things we're going to investigate further when we do a full review. But I gotta say, out of the gate, this thing's dry. It's handling this as far without a problem. It makes me want to move to. If it's doing this, we gotta try the tungsten, folks. Whew. It's got no problem with the tungsten either. I want to try some different tracks. Okay, I'm going to switch up now. We're going to go to some Doors. I'm going to listen to Backdoor Man off of the Doors' first album, 192 file. Very high end. Oh, there's energy to this. God, it feels good. Sounds very lively. I'm very impressed with this amp out of the gate. I've got to admit, I'm very impressed with this amp out of the gate. It's lighting up headphones. It's lighting up. It's driving the toughest stuff there is to drive. This one seems to like the higher output of the DAC. Sound a little better to me. A little more solid on the bottom end. But yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling this amp. And I love the design. I love the styling. So I don't sense any deficiency in this amp. Yeah, this thing's plenty powerful. It's a lot of fun. It's got the tubey sound. Definitely got a tubey sound. It's very warm. It feels like the band's just plugged in and going in my room here. This is the most eye candy I think I've ever seen in an amp. It's something you're going to want to stare at. It's going to give my Woo WA5LE a run for the looks. Run for it on the looks. There's a charm to this amp. This is great. And there is plenty of power here, folks. Well, we'll give a couple more listens to different things, but I think you got the gist of this one. But let's do something really wacky. Let's go to. I'm gonna go to some Fratellis because they're still one of my favorite modern band. There's a kick to this amp. It's got some drive. I don't know if it's all that on the punch, on the slam of what this headphone can do. But it's driving this headphone very well. Yeah, yeah, this thing's a joy, folks. This thing's a joy. There's a lot of there's so much going on, so many good things happening here, and I'm gonna pause it here because I have to. We have to end this show at some point. I could do demos all day long, and I'm enjoying this amp. I really enjoyed the headphone, the new Caldera closeback. I think that there is a lot of fun ahead for us as we break down these two significant products, these two great products out of the gate. I've given each of these a first listen. I do want to go to the ZMF website. I'll take you along with me. We're going to check out a little bit about this Aegis amp. Which I have heard about. I just didn't know that they had built one like this. It says here that Zach heard a DIY version of this at SoCal Can Jam in 2022. He was impressed by the realism, the space, and the oomph, and it seemed like he could. It was something that was interesting to him enough to the point where he wanted to make one for himself. 2 output stages. We've got 2 input pre's, and we've got a rectifier over here. That's pretty much what I thought, although I thought these were driver tubes. I didn't know they were input tubes. Okay, the knob is CNC walnut, which is how it gets the Art Deco Q. It's got a ZMF branded VU meter. Love that, not parts off the shelf. He's got his own thing going on there. Tri-stage impedance output selector. I just like the feel of this thing. I love how aged this thing is. Let's find out the price. Now, I'm going to put this at close to $5,000. And it's $32.99. So it's well under what I thought it was. Yeah, this is a very impressive thing. Now, as far as the Caldera, I already know what this is going to go for. This is going to be around the $4,000 level. Let's go to the headphones. 31. Oh, he's managed to make these a little cheaper, but you can get them, I guess, because it's probably the introductory price. You can get these for $31.99 for a while longer. To me, the Caldera is a solid win. It's the easiest decision of these two. If you're looking for a closeback and you want great Caldera sound, great Caldera speed, you love the planar magnetics, this is in the ballpark of where you want to be. They're not the cheapest on the block, but they're easy to drive, and they'll bring you all the things that a great planar will. It's got significant bass response, good frequency response across the range, exceptional imaging, dynamics, and we'll do all of this in an in-depth review when I get to it. These are just my initial impressions of the headphone, and beautiful tactile styling that I happen to enjoy. I think if I were going for this pair, though, what will save me from opening up my credit card and say, Zach, I'm not going to send these back, I'm going to keep them, I'd want a darker color. I think I would want a darker color to kind of go with my other ZMFs. I don't think I'd want to go with the brighter burnt wood effect of these. But that's just a personal taste, and we all have our own personal preferences. As far as the amp, that's a little bit of a tougher decision because it's $3,500. There's a lot of great amps out there for $3,500, but I didn't hear anything that this amp did that said no. I mean, it sounds like it's punching above its range a little bit, which is where you want to be when you're buying something. And frankly, the styling and the looks of this are right in my wheelhouse. This is everything I love about a good retro design, and it's what ZMF does so well. The build on this is phenomenal, and I know this is an open source plan, the Aegis. This isn't a plan that is out there. Anybody can buy this and assemble the parts and build this amp for themselves. Zach just saved you the trouble of doing it, and he happened to do it using the finishing touches that only ZMF can bring to the table. So, on both of these notes, it's a solid win for me. Both of these products are easy yeses. Like if I had the money and I had unlimited money, and yes please, just give me these 2 boxes and I'll go on my way now.
Wrap this damn show up.
So I did promise that this would be a big episode, and I think we've delivered on that promise. I gotta give a shout out to my friends at ZMF for sending me these ramen noodles. Mom, Dad, send me pizza money. Yeah, for a big episode, I think that this one fits the bill. You know we're going to do a deep dive into both the Caldera closed and this Aegis amazing looking amp. So, man, make sure you, well...
Like, and subscribe to the Director's Garage. It don't cost nothing. Nothing at all.
Yeah, these songs, they just never get old, guys. Okay, give this episode a thumbs up if you enjoyed these mystery boxes and all things ZMF contained within. And I can't thank Zach and Bevin enough. Seriously, this was major unexpected. I thought, maybe we'll get some, the bouquet and, the homage amp or whatever. And he pulled out the top shelf stuff and sent it our way to check out. And I really can't thank them enough. They really surprised me on this one, and surprised you too, I hope. Now, you can also do the other thing if you think this YouTube channel should just go away. I can't say I blame you either way, but I'm gonna see you guys before you know it.
Can you show me the way to the direct garage? It ain't too far, no it isn't, no it isn't. But I've been searching and searching away.